Every QA engineer, dev, or an SDET will definitely get to the point in their career when they're going to have to use mock APIs or to mock APIs for a variety of reasons, such as mocking APIs to automate testing before APIs are even created, so you guys would not have to depend on devs, which is backend is still not available. To remove third-party dependencies from your application. For example, when you're testing your app, very likely it will use some CRM, some payment services, some weather APIs from a third-party website. And you don't want to test them all the time because your company might be actually paying money for it. So you can actually mock them or fake them in order to keep your services running, and do not use third-party APIs. Faking your mock data in order to improve your testing, such as unit testing, integration testing, or even end-to-end testing. And if you're still not sure what mocking APIs even mean, let me quickly show you that. Right here you can see your integration tests, application server, and third-party services. And whenever you're running your integration test, it sends an API to the server, right? And your server will have to pull some information or will have to use some third-party services in order to get it running. But we can put something right here called Beeceptor. That's the company or software that allows you to fake your data, to mock your API. So you don't have to use those actual servers that your company might be paying for. You can simply fake them and get your fake APIs back to the server and get the response back to your unit test so you could verify your server is running. And this is actually one of quite a few ways of using Beeceptor or mocking APIs, which I will show you in a sec after I will introduce myself. My name is Sergey Kramchenko. I'm a software QA engineer, lead manager, and a senior engineering manager of SDET in the past. But these days, I'm helping people like you to improve your skills or to get started in the world of QA completely from zero with the help of Codify Bootcamp. Now hit the like button below, subscribe to our channel, and let's get started. Now imagine you're working for the company called Codify, and you're a QA automation engineer or an SDET. And there is a dev who started working on, who's supposed to start working on API, but he did not. Well, and your challenge is that you have to automate it, but it's not ready. How do you do that? Well, let's mock it. So I'm going to open up the ticket. As always, you're going to see the standard information that you're supposed to see whenever you have a ticket. And let's concentrate on the most important piece, which is the body, which is the success response. So this is a registration, so that should be something like create user. So let's go to Beeceptor.com, which is a software that actually allows us to create mock APIs very easily and quite a few more things. So I'm going to call my project Codify. I'm going to click create server, and here we go. So there are a lot of things, but I'll walk you through one by one. So mocking rules are actually APIs, and by default, they show us two of them. /todos to get all the items to do, and post to-dos to create a to-do item in the list. But we're going to create a completely separate one, since our challenge is to create a user registration one. So we're going to specify the path, which is going to be /user. Request path exactly matches, so it should not be something like contains, it's only exactly /user and only post. Okay, and here we go. I'm going to paste the body. I'll also beautify it so it could look much better for you guys. It would be much more readable and maintainable. Awesome. So this is the default body that we're going to send in response whenever someone sends post request to /user. So let me save it. After I've saved it, you see now we have three APIs. I'm going to close it, and here's the base URL. And they say they use this base URL when making API calls. So I'm going to copy it. I'm gonna go to Postman. I will paste the URL. I will, let's see, body post raw JSON. That is correct, but we did not require anything. So I'm just going to send an empty object, and we should still get the data we wanted to get. So let's do that. This nothing is configured. Oh, that is correct, because we gotta have /user, not the base URL. Perfect, we did get a response. If I click it more again and again, we're gonna get the same response again and again. Great, now let's improve it a little bit. Number one, we do have to send some data, right? Whenever we register, oh, okay, looks like I'm required now to register with a Beeceptor. Let's do that, not a problem. I'm gonna type in same name, and you should probably pull the list of APIs. Yes, it did save them. Awesome. Let's go back to Jira. There are some APIs should accept user info, including required, optional, optional. So these three are required: username, email, and password. Let's add them up. Let's actually make them required in our mock server or mock API. So whenever we open up our API again, we can add conditions, and that's what it is. Request body contains, and what was it? It was username. And another condition would be request body contains password. And there was one more. It was email. Request body contains email. Perfect. And you can specify it in a few different ways, but request body contains is what we need, because the other ones are optional. You can still send the info, but we do want to require only these three. And a friendly reminder to hit the big fat thumb up button below, to subscribe to our channel, and also to join our Instagram and Telegram communities, links to which you can find right below this video. And also, if you guys do need help with improving your career, or if you want to learn test automation from scratch, improve it, learn it for the UI, for the API, feel free to check out links right below this video. Let's continue. So let's give it a shot again. I'm going to save it. I will open up a Postman, which I have accidentally killed. Oh, actually I did not, my bad. Okay, so let's see, we're gonna say username, and let's say my username is going to be Sergey Kromchenko. Then we're gonna have the password. My password is going to be very strong, actually it's gotta be one word, very strong password. You guys should not save this information, by the way. It's very secure. And the third one, my email is, by the way, guys, if you have any questions, you can send them to support@codemify.com. Great, now we have all the required information, we can send it, and we still get the same response. Awesome. What if one of the fields is missing? Nothing. What if we put it back and if we remove two properties? Nothing. Exactly, because these three are required now. It's great, it works the way we expected. Now let's improve it, because this data is not dynamic at all, right? This data is hard-coded, but we can make it dynamic, so it would always receive a different data. Alrighty, now let's make it happen. So I'm going to navigate here, and you guys will see enable dynamic mock responses. That's the one that we need. I'm going to enable it, and I will refer to the documentation. Whenever you go through, you can read a lot of info. By the way, Beeceptor does a really good job about it, but I'm going to go directly and just copy paste an example. Generate fake data. And by the way, guys, they're using Faker.js. Let me know in the comments below if you did use this library before, as this is one of the most popular libraries in the world for creating fake data in JavaScript. So I'm going to come here. I don't think we need the entire thing. We only need two things. So ID would be dynamic ID. So in our response, we want to return dynamic ID. Let's do that. Okay, so this should return us dynamically generated ID. It's not going to be the same all the time. Well, let's send it. Boom, look at this. I'll send it again. Boom, different, and different again. Great, now we can keep playing with that. So let's do this. Let's also use the person's first name as the username. I'm fine with that. You guys can do a little more research on the Faker. But I will use this, an email address. Let's see, let's Google it. Faker.js email, internet Faker. Let's quickly take a look. So that would be internet.email, I guess. Okay, let's give it a shot. On accounts, internet.email. Let's give it a shot. I think that's the way it's supposed to be. So I'm going to copy whatever we had here and change this to internet and this to email. And let's see if it's going to work. 3, 2, 1, boom! Dynamically generated email and the names. Matilda, Ron, Joyce. Amazing. Now you guys know how to create fake data whenever you're sending it to. But there are a couple more things that we did not check. We're returning 200 response, which is not the way it's supposed to be. It should be different. Remember? I think we had something in our requirements saying that it should be 201 created. So let's fix that. Let's navigate here and fix it. We should return 201. Let's make sure that works. 3, 2, 1, boom, 201 created. And the last thing I wanted to show you guys is the time that it takes for the response. If you do want to test it, if you do have requirements that you should answer within certain amount of seconds, we can also delay it by utilizing Beeceptor. So let's navigate here. Let's see, where are we at? Right there. Response delay. How many seconds? Let's delay it by 3 seconds. Imagine that our server is pretty slow. Let's send it out and verify that. 1, 2, 3, boom, 3.08. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 3.04. Great, now you know how to send API requests, how to fake data, how to automate it way before developers even create actual API.